I'm not hurt by the politics of the world. I don't even understand what that means. I know when we used to talk about civil rights and the things that people did to us, people would say it's political. Well, see, I don't know what that meant. Beating me in the head is not politics. That's an ass whipping, and we don't like that. Okay, I'm not real fond of that. Not allowing me to cast a vote is not political. You say you call it politics. What I'm saying is I don't know. But I know how I felt. I felt put down. I felt less than. Until one day I woke up. I woke up and I realized that the feelings that I was having were in me. They were because of me. And I'd say, but one part of my head would say, they will kill you. And finally that side that got the light said, then I will die. But I will be what I truly am. I'm good. Then I will die. When we come up against those things that cause us that pain, pain seems like you're going to die. Die. Accept death. Accept that death, but know and live with the truth. Live with the truth. This is what I do. What do you want? Do you want someone to be miserable to satiate you? Is that what you want? Is that what we want as a nation? Is that what we want as a world? We want people to be miserable. You look down in the South, says, we want tradition back. Well, I don't want tradition back because I forgot how to say yassa. I forgot that. It's like, what did the cook lady? I wanted to have a wedding and I wanted it to be, the people standing around and the servants. Why is it all those servants look kind of dark? No. Pay attention. Pay attention. Listen. Why is it I don't want change to happen? If I get it, it's better for me. I see. You know how much your IQ improves when you accept change? A lot. A lot. Generally, people who live in cities reason better than people who live in rural areas. Why is that? Because in cities you have a variety of things that you accept. So you bring in more information about situations. And when you live in rural areas, you're like this. You're very closed because you don't have things from outside of yourself stimulating you. Change. When I leave Mississippi and come to Chicago, whoa, There are a lot of things that I have to accept. See, when I left Mississippi, I thought a Mexican was just a dark-skinned white person. I didn't know they were Mexicans. You know, I wanted to see this thing that my aunt called a Polak. I wanted to see that. She said, they're just the prettiest little old things. I found out she was talking about a Puerto Rican. Oh, that Polacks, boy. And I found out Polak was not a good word. You see, coming together broadens your experience. It broadens. It makes you think and brings in more and more information for you to use. To let go of my mother, my father, my sister, my brother, my family, that doesn't mean you cut the strings. It means you cut the idea. Let me look at you. Well, Mama, Mama, you kind of fine for an old lady. I'm sure some handsome old man would want to tap that. Damn. Mama, ooh. To think about your parents having sex, yeah. But you got to go, let me not think about that. Let me do something else. What I'm saying is there are things that are going to rub against you for your insecurity. I'm reminded of, there's a TV show called Blackish. Do you ever see it? Where, I forgot the main character, the man is, where he finds out his mama is dating a young man. And his mama's kind of a back alley woman. And all of a sudden you see him realize what's going on in that bedroom. And he goes, oh, Black Jesus. Oh, Black Jesus. Well, see, there are a lot of times you're going to have to go, oh, Black Jesus. Black Jesus. But then you have to go, oh, Black Jesus. Oh, Lord. Okay. Move on. They have to live their life. You have to live your life. We have to live in order to have the experience and bring in more things, have those experiences. We become more intelligent. We become a greater individual. Greater individual makes a greater family makes a greater society. A greater society makes a better world. It's simple. It's simple. Think. I have always been the boy that I am. I like bad jokes. I like stupid jokes. I'm a kid. Yeah. Stick around, I will tell you some ones you have to go, what in the hell is he talking about? Yeah. Those are things within me that I can't let go of. But there are things in me that are truthful that I can let go of. I have to meet you where you are. If you're a racist, I can't meet you outside of your racism. You and I have to talk. can't be angry at you when we talk. I know that. Was there a time when I would be angry at you? Yeah. There was a time when I would want to kill him. But I realized and recognized that's not going to solve the problem. I have to be greater. And I say greater just in terms of scope than you, than him, than that one. I see that person as the child that they are. So I'm going to deal with them differently. You may be angry with me, but I'm not going to be angry with you. Now that don't mean you can mess over me. No, that doesn't mean that. No, we're not going to do that without some retaliation. Yeah. But what it does mean is that it will not be done in anger, but to solve the problem. I see that you are a child by the childish way in which you act to your insecurity. As we get to be real adults, the insecurity goes away. Am I secure? Don't know what that means. I'm just doing what I do. What does that mean? Am I courageous? No. I'm just doing what I do. Am I taking a risk? Yeah. But I'm just doing what I do. Huh. Wow. I am just being me. We have to come to that. And there's a way you come to being you. Behind the insecurity, behind the doubt, behind the fear, behind the childishness. Does that mean we don't cry? No, it doesn't. We cry. We have feelings. But I accept they're just feelings. I accept the fact that I have learned that what doesn't feel good is the lack of energy flow. And my mind prevents the energy from flowing. So why am I not having an energy flow? I can cry and have that energy flowing and feel good. I don't cry as long and I don't tell myself crazy crap. Because it's crazy when you start offering yourself no way out except what someone else can do that you want to think is going to eliminate the problem. No. See, the problem of my insecurity or my doubt appears in me. Living in a racist society as a child, and I don't see anyone here who's had that experience other than me, where you were afraid to walk down the street, when you were afraid to look another person in the face, when you were afraid to go to sleep because somebody might come and do something to you. As a little kid walking along and seeing dirt kicked up around me and realizing somebody's shooting at me. Why? Because I'm just a black kid walking down the street. And they were white. Huh. Wow. And realizing all the fear, all the anger is in me. I can stand up and I can walk. I can feel the pain. Oh yeah. But I don't tell myself bullshit about it. I feel it, the energy is moving. I'm done with it. It's gone. Now, let's get on with solving the problem. feel good. I'm going to have a good laugh. I'm going to have a good laugh about some of the stuff white people did to me as a kid. They were stupid enough they didn't know they were helping rather than hurting. But hey, we had a lot of good laughs at white people's expense. I want to tell you that. They didn't know. They couldn't know because they would lynch you. You laughing at me, boy? Mm-mm. How you like that necktie? No, not my size. Man. But I realize in that, generally what I'm talking to is people from the North. People who existed at a different point in time. They don't have that experience. I realize black people in the North who talk all that racial stuff don't have the same experience I had. They had a lot more freedoms to be than I did. Huh. You could go to the library. I couldn't go to the library. Just all kinds of stuff, you know. What I'm saying is I bring something forward in time that the people that I'm talking to don't have. So for me to talk to them, what I drag from the past has to be there, but I have to see them for what they are because I've seen me for what I am. Now we can talk. Now we can talk. A parent and a child can talk once the parent recognizes themselves as the child. The child has to recognize their emotional state. How do we do that? We have to try to teach the child. But once we understand that, or once we come to a point of age, we can talk to each other. Once the child gets to a certain age and becomes the parent, they realize, oh, my parents were just like me. Oh, just people. Now, substitute parent for any other in the world that you live in. You get to a point, you figure out, I realized that white people were just like me at a certain point in my life. At a certain point in my life, I would have had slaves, except I would have been, you know, everybody. Had to have black slaves, white slaves, brown slaves, you know. Why? Because I was stupid. I didn't see whole pictures. There was a time in my life when I treated women very badly because to protect them, they weren't supposed to act a certain way. Well, they don't need protecting. They are human beings. You don't need me to protect you. You need somebody to protect you from me is what you needed. Oh, I understand. I understand a white man not wanting me to marry his daughter. I understand. How can you understand that? Because it's not so much racism. He wants his grandchildren and his family to look like him. I get it. Tough, but I get it. Am I going to let that stop me from marrying her? Nope. Somebody's going to get their feelings hurt. Yep. Do I care? Nope. But I understand. You see, it's not this perfect world that we have inside of our heads. It is a perfect world, but not perfect in the way that we see it. Huh. Let me see it the way it is. You realize that America is called a melting pot for a reason. It's because in nature is returning to its origin. With all the experiences from all over the world, from all different kinds of people coming back together in this place. Whoa. Now, nature's going to win. We can think whatever we want to think. Nature is going to win. Son of a gun. Now, I don't want nature to win. Well, guess what? You gonna die. You see, nature's got all the time in the world. You don't. Let's see here. How about a tsunami? Oh, it's still some of you left. Okay. How about a volcano? Nature is going to win. The law is going to win. The law of a person being a person as opposed to teacher, doctor, lawyer, husband, wife, mother, father, child, daughter. The law of being a human being is going to win. So what do we as human beings have to do? We have to accept the law and learn to deal with our pain. To learn how you function, how it works. And see, one of the beauties of it, you say, well, I don't know how to. Yeah, the beauty of it is that you are not a mechanism, it is a mechanism. And you can see and work with the mechanism. We don't know that. We don't look at it. We've not been taught that. But it is just the truth. It is just the truth. Now, what do you want to do? What does one want to do? Do you want to live with pain? Choice. Do you want to solve the problem? Choice. Okay. I understand. I understand where you're coming from. That human being in me has to understand where that human being in you is coming from. Now let's do something. To be selfish. I'm so selfish. I can't see the human that you are. If I can't deal with you for the human being that you are, with all that you are, then I am less than human. I am behaving less than human. I'm not behaving greater than, but less than. As a human being. Human doing what? Being. I'm like this. Not like this. I am selfish. I want it my way and I don't want you to do this because this. I have to grow up. Really grow up. I have to grow up or out and understand. You can use the technique that allows you, or one can wait for a situation that's painful enough. Where you are. What does a person want? I don't know. It seems to me to use my intelligence and, all you do is you make your choices. And when you make your choices, whatever the outcome, it's okay. So if that's what I need to know, that's what I need to know from what I need to do. Okay? My point, very simply, is you go where the experience is. You go where the experience is. To have the experience. Now you learn, you know, you grow. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Accept it. Accept the truth. We're talking about peace. Learning to be at peace. Learning what peace is, because you have to go where peace is. And you have to go through a lot of places where peace isn't. The whole thing of reality, you see, we accept that there is a line. There's not a line. There are many lines. Each decision you make, and we're back to the decisions, each decision you make activates a line of reality off of any point. So when you decide, I'm going to truly understand what goes on in me, you activate a line of reality. But when you decide to stay the same as you are, you activate that line of reality. It's all about choice. But you have been conditioned to believe one line, and one line only, so that's all you see. That's all you see. When the Spanish originally came here, or South America, they were out there for a while before the indigenous people saw them. It was there, they looked at it, but because it was out of their frame of reference, they didn't get it. The shaman saw and said, oh, hey, trouble. It's going to be a sail by here in a minute. Oh, now into the consciousness came the Spaniards. Oh, it's just the same thing. You don't see it until you see it. Oh, now, but you create it and bring it into your line of vision. And you've been conditioned to see one continuous line. It's not one continuous line. So the whole thing about that was being open to the point of understanding about the box, and the other thing was about understanding the choices about reality. Where'd it come from? Where'd that plane come from? Where'd that line of reality come from? Was I sitting there trying to create a line of reality? No, I was just trying to get to New York. That's what I was doing. This is what you do. You're just doing what you do. And you're creating lines of reality. You're just doing what you do. Now, you have to live more consciously. Live aware of others and live aware of situations. Now you're choosing another line of reality. Don't take my word for it. Pay attention and find out for yourself. Love you guys. Thank you. Peace out.